The mixed reality company's valuation falling from over $6 billion to below $500 million. Magic Leap CEO Peggy Johnson is looking to reverse that trend, and she joins us now in her first broadcast appearance as CEO since leaving Microsoft. Peggy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, Julia. It's great to join you. Thank you.
So, Peggy, I feel like I have to start off with the obvious question. Why leave a huge career at Microsoft to go to this company that had fallen so much from grace?
Yeah, I had arguably one of the best jobs in the tech industry running biz dev at Microsoft. But, I had long held the ambition to be a CEO. And when I saw the opportunity at Magic Leap, I intentionally raised my hand. I was very familiar with the tech augmented reality going back to my days at Qualcomm. So I was comfortable with it. And to me, it looked like an opportunity to jump in and help turn around.
So, Peggy, tell me about the shift you're working on right now at Magic Leap. This was designed originally to be a consumer-facing company selling gamers these headsets. Now you're really focusing on the enterprise. Tell me about the intention of that shift and where it's going.
Yeah, it was very intentional. We were initially focused on the consumer, but the early adopters will be in the enterprise space. And largely the use cases that we're seeing now are things in the area of training, remote assistance, 3D visualization, so design teams coming together in the space, augmented reality to build things. And the early enterprise segments are largely going to be in areas like public sector, healthcare, telco. Those are the ones that will take advantage of this tech first.
Hey, Peggy, when I see technologies go from making a consumer pitch for how cool it is to enterprise industrial, I think of Google Glass. And I get worried because then, it's like we never hear from those technologies again. Talk to me strategically about how long it's in that space and what ingredient-wise it takes to reach that mainstream adoption that gets you higher volumes, lower costs, and momentum.
Well, that's a great question. But for me, having grown up in the wireless industry with 25 years at Qualcomm, I got to see that industry evolve. And the first use cases there for mobile phones were also enterprise. They were large mobile phones at the time. They were somewhat costly. I think the first mobile phone was $4,000, but enterprise had use cases for it. Think of the salespeople in their cars who used to have to stop and find a phone booth. There was an ROI on buying a mobile phone for enterprise. It's the exact same thing with this technology, with augmented reality. So we see companies finding ROI today with the technology in its current state. And I think the trajectory to consumer will be all about the silicon being more integrated, just as we saw with mobile phones. That's what helped mobile phones get smaller. And I see that happening over the next, say, three or 4 years or so, where we can reach a consumer market. But right now, the focus is 100% on enterprise.
Peggy, I know you're working to make more of these enterprise partnerships, and I understand you have one to announce with us here today. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, we have a deal with Farmers Insurance, who have been working with their developer, Tailspin, who've come up with a training module for their claims adjusters. And during COVID, rather than business being disrupted, they were able to continue to train their claims adjusters using the Magic Leap device and the Tailspin training module. So that's just one example of a company finding ROI with the device. And just recently in the healthcare space, we worked with our partner Brain Lab, who does 3D visualization of the brain. And they worked with UC Davis, who were just part of the surgical team that helped separate the conjoined twins, the news out a few weeks ago. They actually trained that surgical team with Magic Leap devices and Brain Lab's mixed reality viewer.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.